Well, this kind of leads me, that's great, because it leads me to the next question. I'm going to direct this towards the panel. I'm going to actually start off with Bob with it. I think sometimes there's a feeling that if you, I don't know, that there's sort of like this limited amount of creativity, or that's not exactly it, but when you're talking about the muse, if the muse strikes, is there, if you are using your creativity at work to figure out something, as other people have talked about, how can it be, how can you preserve, if you're doing one type of creativity at your job, but your personal creativity is a different type of creativity, what can people do to make sure that they are nourishing both, all the creativity that they need? And Bob, I was thinking about you. You have many, many hats that you wear all the time. How do you balance all the different hats? How do you know, I can act, I can direct, I can write, I can raise money, I can plan a trip to LA for 40 people? I mean, that's, how do you balance all that?
Oh, present that idea. Okay, well, I must say, and this panel is very instructive for me because, and I'm 61 years on the planet, but I still don't know exactly the left brain, right brain thing. But what I find that sort of works for me is just the constancy of what inspires me, and it's either work, any kind of work, and people. One of my friends and one of my favorite artists, Jesse Thelonious Vance, who runs the Venture Compound, we were at lunch and I said, oh, my phone, something's not, and the last phone I had before I had this smart-ass phone was called a flip phone. And like this, I thought, I'm so modern, and it stopped working. So I said, this isn't working. He said, this happened to you last year. He said, give it to me. He said, don't learn new things. And I thought, I can see the efficacy of that, in the sense that I'm never going to be a whiz on the laptop. But there are ways that you can make these tools that are available to everybody work for you. Up until 2000, every play that I had written, and I had written about 25 at that point, I wrote on a yellow pad over and over and over again, and then I would type it in when it was. Now, for the last 15 years, I've been writing on this, I don't like that, delete. And so it can help you, but most of the way I occur as a person is like a solo by a jet sax, solo by Coltrane. It's but there is a harmony to that. And so some of the things that I've learned over the years is, planning doesn't make you less spontaneous, but you do have to plan. I fight against it, but sometimes planning helps. And if I am, like I had to write something recently, I don't have writer's block, it's just a question of the time. So you can get it all done, and the force behind the power of all the creative people I've come in contact with is that other than the aforementioned Haagen-Dazs and a mother, nothing will sell you out from your work that you have to get done. You have to get it done. And I don't mean the right brain side of it, but the passion, the Picasso, the finishing the hat, finding the note, all of that stuff, you will get it done. If you feed it, having a full belly helps. Having shelter helps. But artists, all of them, and if most of you, all of you are creative workers, you will give us more to see today, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you're a creative worker, you don't stop at any given time. So always, always, always pursue that. Stay hungry, pursue it. But what I've learned over the years, some of that planning stuff, or align yourself with people who are good at that and can help you. I'm not of the mind that I have to have all the business ducks in the row. It'd be lovely if I did, but I don't. So, so I know that. So then you try to find a way to do it. And as everyone has said, something about St. Petersburg, Wayne said it, every city has, is unique. So St. Petersburg, like every other city, is unique. And then some of those unique cities have their special time. And we are definitely in our special time. So because it's special, there's a lot to stimulate the senses. And so there's a lot to get the creative work done. It's the ballast for that. And then you align yourself with anybody who has some of that other stuff sorted out. Because you might want to get a loan, or even a signature loan, and you want to know how to do that. So